I don't know, y'all. This day has some bad juju around it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's 8:34 and I've been working since 7 and I wanna die. Essentially what happened is two of my clients, the copywriting assignment, they were supposed to send me something by close of business yesterday, and another one of my clients for an email newsletter we're sending today was supposed to do this whole, that they wanted to segment their list themselves. I said, cool. And they were supposed to send me some copy feedback by close of business yesterday. So one of them's on Eastern time, one of them's on Pacific time, but nonetheless, I left them alone from 5 to 8. I get on at 8 and crickets. They didn't send me anything until 5:30 this morning. I had gotten one super late last night, like after I hung out on the computer for like 30 minutes to see if anything came through. Nothing. So I was like, awesome. So I can't do the gym at 9, so I moved that to 2 p.m., which sucks because that's just like not a good time for me to work out, but it is what it is. I finished up the copy assignment, sent that over, and told them, like, if you want to meet with me, it's gonna have to be after 5 p.m. today or tomorrow because today's packed. Yeah. All right, let me make my plan for the day and then I'll come back. But that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Happy Halloween. It's October 31st. Woo! Oh, I didn't even think. These people probably have kids, so they probably can't meet after 5 p.m. Honestly, I don't know what else I could have done better. I followed up a trillion times with these people. I can only micromanage them so much before it's just a moot point. Anyway, okay, I'll be back. All right, it's 8:55. This is my depression. Oh my god, it's gonna be a fucking day. Okay, so 8:55. From 9 to 10, I have to get this newsletter ready to go out, which is not gonna be as easy as it sounds because we're introducing this dynamic content and I have to figure out how to test it. 2, I have to write a social post for the same brand because they couldn't get their shit together in time to do the other thing that they really wanted to do today. And then I need to get ready and I need to do prep because I have a 10 a.m. stand-up. After that, I have an hour to do some work for that client, so I need to prep for a retrospective that we have tomorrow. I have some sprint planning that I need to do, and this is the client that I'm ending work for in mid-November, so I need to prep for that project management handoff that starts on Monday. And then from 11:30 to 12, I have a call for that client as well with the rest of their PMs. Then from 12 to 1, I have a break, so I'm going to take my dog to the PARK. I'm going to shove down some lunch. From 1 to 2, I have a call with my business coach. From 2 to 3, I will go to the gym. Hopefully I'll have time to shower. And then I'll take about 15 minutes to prep for my calls because I have calls later in the afternoon. From 3:15 to 4, or I guess I could do this 3 to 3:30. This is a little unnecessary. Then 3:30 to 4, I have enrichment, which is something that I just like to not bend on because it's good for me to get outside, see the sun. It's also really good for my dog. From 4 to 4:30, I have a call, probably going to be a tense call, not because of me, but just because the vendor and the client have been disagreeing, and this could be a point where the relationship is literally severed, so we'll see. 4:30 to 5, I have a client touch base call. From 5 to 6, I will take her to the PARK again, and I'll shove down some more dinner. And then from 6 to 8, I have a monthly meeting tomorrow with a client, so I need to prepare all of their reports and do all of the meeting prep. I need to send off the proposal that I was working on yesterday. I just want my business coach to look at it, and then I'll finish it and send it. A couple other things I need to send to that person too. And then I need to prep one of my October invoices because it is the end of the month. I could move that to tomorrow, but the list for tomorrow is growing already. But if a lot of copy edits come back from the copywriting assignment, then we'll get rid of the invoice, and I'll replace that with copywriting edits. So, and then I'll need to take my pup for a walk and then probably read and go to bed. So it's going to be an absolute sprint of a day. It's we're not really in our business owner era today. We were yesterday. It was a good day. Today we're very much in execution mode, so, and kind of fire mode too. And I'm like pissed off about it because it was all so avoidable. I'll check back in soon. I'm gonna try to take care of this fire, and when I get ready, maybe we can talk more and I won't be as pissed off. So, thank goodness for coffee. I'm grateful today for coffee. She knows not to fuck with me today because I'm probably in a bad mood. She's also got her spooky bandana on because it's the last day for it. All right, I'm home. Doo-doo, that fucking noise is gonna haunt me. It's 9:39. I have a meeting in 20 minutes. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Okay, well, both morning fires are complete after 3 hours. 3 hours of fires, so I really don't like starting mornings like this. I like to protect my mornings the best I can. Oh, did I give y'all the rundown of the day? Yeah, I did. Okay. Hold on, I need to schedule this before I forget. So, let's talk about client fires for a minute so I can kind of vent, but also like we can make this productive for anybody watching. They happen. I feel like if you've watched the last couple, like I guess I've been vlogging this for about a week now. This doesn't happen all the time. I think maybe there's been like a couple small ones. Like in the last week I haven't had any mornings like this. So it's definitely not common and it's not something that you want to make okay. So essentially what happened is, first of all, for the copywriting assignment, I was reached out to last Friday evening when I had already logged off for the weekend, and I try to not check my email over the weekend, but I do work over the weekend, but it's usually like to-dos or strategy work, and sometimes I check my email. So I saw it Sunday night when I was emailing my business coach some stuff that I'd worked on and done strategy for over the weekend. Oh man, I saw it and I took it on because it was a brand I'd already been doing work for quite a bit, and I was like, you know what, this makes sense, I'm comfortable with this brand, let's do it. So mistake number one is I took something on with a really tight deadline, knowing that the week was a little chaotic. The week ahead was a little chaotic, but I wouldn't do it differently because I want to maintain the relationship I have with these people because they do give me good work throughout the year. But you know, there's thing number one, circumstance number one, input number one that kind of put me where I am this morning. I started working on this, and my days, you guys have seen it if you've been watching, I've been working really crazy hours this week, pretty much nonstop around the clock, and it's not like I could have reprioritized or done the copy earlier. I set everything up and I kicked off on Monday. I rough drafted on Tuesday. I got client feedback yesterday, and I needed to know if certain sections needed more copy because we had a call, and she made it clear, but then she went through and she made updates in the document that I was like, I don't want to write the copy if I don't need it. And for example, they wanted a list of services for their client, and I know what the client does, but I don't know their actual services menu. So I was like, do they just want me to like intuitively make these up? That doesn't really make sense. And they were supposed to get back to me by end of day, and they didn't get back to me until like 9 p.m. And end of day for them was 8 or 7 p.m. So I stayed online until 8:30, and then I was like, you know what, whatever. Of course, 30 minutes later, the update comes through. So I had to deal with that this morning because it was due today. So I fixed that up, got it in. Okay. The second issue that happened that led to a 3-hour scramble this morning was one of my clients sends out a monthly newsletter, and I prepped that, and I started preparing that last Monday. So not this Monday, not the 28th, but whatever, I think the 21st was last Monday, to give us 2 weeks to prepare, knowing we would probably send it out on Halloween. And they really dragged their feet on it, and I micromanaged the shit out of them. I was like, hey, we need this. For example, the founder writes an intro every month. That can't be changed. We highlight one of their team members, and all the team members, I've never had an issue. 3 team members in a row bailed on me. And then, let's see what else happened. Then they wanted to start dynamic content. I knew they wanted to do this in Q4, but I told them, I'm like, hey, this is going to take some work. We need to like segment our list and assign all of the contacts to, we have to set rules for the dynamic content in HubSpot, and that rule has to be based on something. So either like where the lead is at in the life cycle, like closed won, proposal stage, discussions, or a list membership. And I was like, I am not going to be able to go through a list of random names and assign these people. So we need to like some kind of workshop, or they need to be like bulk tagged in some way, and then I can go through and make the list. And the founder was like, you know what, I know all these people, I add most of them, let me go through and do it. And I was like, okay, that's fine, but do you have capacity? Because he's like historically our bottleneck, which that's not really bad on him. I'm gonna bring you with me while I pick out an outfit. That's just kind of like how the business owner is. Like, he's got bigger fish to fry than writing an intro for an email. And I know that. But my job is to make sure that this email goes out on time. So you can imagine that I was a wee bit stressy. Do this because I have to work out later. So we have to put on workout clothes. Because I was supposed to work out at 9 o'clock. Missed that window. Anywho, so he didn't do it. Finally, he did it. He segmented the context this morning, wrote the intro this morning, the email sends this morning, and he wanted to send it at like later in the morning. And I was like, look, man, like I have calls 10 to 12 that I can't move. Then I have a call 1 to 2 that I can't move. And I would have been nicer about it had we not run into this issue of like, oh, I'll just do this with a sports bra underneath it. Of like, I had brought this up 10 days ago, like it's not new. So if it had been something that I hadn't been pestering them about, I would have been a lot cooler about it. But I was like, I've been trying. I've been knocking on this fucking door for like a minute now. Anywho, that's just the way the cookie crumbled today. So I'm gonna finish getting ready, and then it's 9:48, so I have 12 minutes until my meeting. It is 10:33 on a Thursday. I'm gonna make my fiber drink. I think I've given you all the rundown, but I take L-glutamine on my morning walk, and then I take just a very odd looking fiber drink in the morning. Metamucil. I just had to stand up with the team. Went pretty good. We used all 30 minutes, which is like sometimes a pain because I have so much to do, but like that was good. We got a lot of things figured out. We had a lot of good discussions. So that is an example of a really effective stand-up because everybody's participating. We're solving problems that could block later work, especially as we prepare for the new project manager to succeed me in a couple weeks. Having the team be in this groove together is really, really helpful. And people are constantly rotating on and off of the project, so it's never gonna be perfect, but that was good. So let's sit down and talk about my to-dos. I have a Lara bar. These are my favorite granola bars because they have like very few ingredients in them. And they're not classified as organic. I think organic's a myth. That's a story for a different day. Okay, so I have to schedule a social post really quick, and then I need to reschedule a call because one of the girls that wanted the call has been sick since last Friday, and the time she proposed for next Tuesday it doesn't work for me. So I need to reschedule that. I need to do prep for the retrospective I have with the team tomorrow, sprint planning, and then if I have any time left before 11:30, I'll do prep for the project manager handoff, and then I have a call at 11:30, and then we go into lunchtime, which is just an hour long today. And I'll be using like 25 minutes of it to take her up to the PARK and then bouncing back to eat something. So I'm going to get into this. I'm going to turn on my jazz music, so I'm getting into it when the jazz music comes on. Okay, I got some sad family news today that just really bummed me out, and also just kind of like makes me just feel like none of this even fucking matters, but we have to just press on, because the thing is, with anything related to grief or like that process, the world does keep moving, and that doesn't detract I don't know if that's the right word. That doesn't take away from how important it is to sit in that. But if we just stopped our lives every time there was something we had to go through or process or some type of grief in our lives, it just, I don't even know. As I'm saying this, like, I hate hearing myself say it. I don't know how to go from hearing that to just back to business as usual. So I'm just gonna read what I'm looking at right now on my screen, but just know that mentally I'm just not in it, and I probably won't be for the rest of the day. So okay, I had all those fires this morning, so I didn't do my daily accountability chart. So if you watch the vlogs, you know. If you don't, every day as of last week, because I heard it on a book, I go through my 5 KPIs for growing my business, and those KPIs are, I move you, revenue generation activities, billable hours, new leads, proposals sent, and content creation. So I track what I did the day before, what I'm going to do on the day of, and then any results from that for that metric. So the first one is revenue generation. Yesterday I worked on my value prep. I did some research on how I could elevate my service offerings even more. Today I have to send a proposal, and I'm waiting to hear back from someone for a potential networking conversation, so I need to do a follow-up. Yesterday I had 7.5 billable hours, and today I have 4, 6.5, 7, 9 billable hours. Thursdays are intense. And then new leads. Yesterday I scheduled time with one of the new leads I got, and I have nothing planned today for new leads. I have 9 hours of client work and then other things outside of that I have to do for my business, so it's not going to happen today. Proposals. Yesterday I prepared a proposal that I'm going to send today. Result, we still have 2 proposals in the pipeline. Once this goes out tonight, then tomorrow there'll just be 1 in the pipeline. Okay, content creation. For both yesterday and today, filmed the daily vlog, edit the vlog. We're 10 out of 30 days achieved, so we're 1/3 of the way to the end of the content challenge. It's 11:22 in the morning. I have an 11:30 call, so I'm going to take that. It's a resourcing call where I'm a project manager for one of these teams, and it's all of the PMs for the organization, and we all run through our projects in the resourced hours for the next 4 weeks. Make sure that it doesn't look like there's any weird gaps or any overages, any gaps that we need to fill. We can also talk about kind of unknowns coming up. For example, my project is really ahead of schedule, so there's a little bit of unknown around it. The project managers are switching on the project. I'm offboarding, there's a project manager onboarding. So there's some things to take into account there. My dog is very persistent at the moment, perhaps reminding me of the more important things in life. Anyway, I'm gonna take this call, and then I'm gonna take her to the PARK. I can't say the word or she's gonna go nuts. And then we're gonna eat lunch, and then I have a 1 o'clock call. So I'll check back in later. It is 2:03. Had a good call with my business coach. I won't see him next week because he's traveling. So I'm on my own. I feel like a child without their parent. That might have been an insensitive joke. Going to the gym now. Hate going to the gym at this time. Then I gotta bounce back after the gym. Ooh, I never took my ashwagandha. I should take that. I do think this has been helping my, I don't know. I feel like it's been doing something for me. Is it 2? Take 2 with food. Well, I ate an hour ago. Hopefully it doesn't give me the shits. Anywho, it's core conditioning day, so I'm gonna go do that. I need to pee, so I need to not film that. I'm gonna go do that. Prep for my 4 and 5 o'clock call, 4 and 4:30 calls, and then enrichment. So we'll talk eventually. I don't know when. I need to turn this week around. It's just not been a good week at all. Can check workout off of my top 3 though. I just have to send off the proposal, which will happen tonight. My boyfriend wanted me to go to trivia with him and his friends, but that's just not in the cards, unfortunately. I just want to cry. I'm frustrated. Yeah, I'm frustrated. Anywho, yeah. So I have 2 more calls today. I'm about to head out for enrichment. I've pretty much done all the prep I can for both of the calls. I did that kind of at the same time earlier. I'm gonna maybe try to knock out a to-do right now though. Okay. All right, I'm done having my little meltdown. I did get something done. So the nonprofit I worked for pro bono this year, I talked about it a little bit earlier this week, but they want to buy me a printer because I don't have a printer, but they wanted me to send them a link to the printer I want. So I just found one on Amazon that seemed like one of the lower, like I don't need anything fancy. I just need something that can print some documents now and then for me because I go to Walgreens and print everything there. I don't know if I'll be saving money this, but it doesn't matter. I'm excited to have a printer. Of course, yeah, there's a fun little fire happening that I'm not super a part of. Anywho, what am I saying? I sent off the proposal, so my whole hibby-jibby the other day was that I charged, this is a nonprofit, so I wanted to adjust the pricing a little bit. So I gave them a 25% discount on my hourly, recalculated the hours, and I would only be 2% of their budget. So right, I'm clearly just having a day. Gotta put it on for the client. So it's 3:25. I need to take my pup outside so she can get some fresh air. And then I have a 4 o'clock call that's gonna be really tense. And then I have a 4:30 call that should just be kind of status quo. And then we're taking an hour break to get her outside, get myself outside, eat some dinner, and then back to work. So I don't know when I'll touch base again, maybe after the 2 calls. But yeah, I just sent off a proposal, sent off that printer. I have a bunch of to-dos left for the day, but the next step is enrichment and meetings, so we're gonna move forward with that. It's 6:37, and I've just had such a bad day that I'm gonna just take care of some of my basic needs, knock out this work, and then hopefully I'll have time to read. So basic needs, first we're gonna eat dinner, then we're gonna clean, then we're gonna take a good shower, and then we're gonna knock out the rest of the work to-dos. So, and like, do the thing. I'll check in with y'all throughout the evening. So 6:38 right now. I'd love to have all of this done by 8:30. So starting with dinner, which I am out of food, which I swore, it's also dark now. I swore I had chicken, so I need to make sure that I didn't miss something, but I think it's gonna be eggs and like pasta maybe. I genuinely don't know. Cleaning is like the best form of self-care for me. It is 7:45. Haven't done anything that I needed to do yet for work, but I think that was really important. So I'm gonna hop in the shower, fun little purple light on to celebrate Halloween, and I'm making my tea in a fun Halloween cup. So, all right. Regroup in just a second, but I'm gonna jump in the shower and rinse off the day. Okay, we're done. I just pulled a Google Ads report, a Google Analytics report, a Google Search Console report, all for one of my monthly meetings that happens tomorrow, 12:30 to 1:30. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Prepped for that meeting, fully went through all of the October deliverables I needed to do, anything outstanding, anything blocked that we need to talk through, and then we've been kind of tracking some of our Christmas campaign stuff that we want to focus on, so I wrote some of that down. Schedule sent the email for 8 a.m., and then pulled my invoice for one of my clients, and schedule sent that for 8 a.m. And I don't even know if you can see this, but this is the weekend. Yeah, so I just filled out my planner for tomorrow and the weekend, and I will see y'all tomorrow for Friday. Happy Halloween. If you went out, that's so fun. I had this cup of peppermint tea. My finger looks weird. I'm gonna put my laptop away, watch some football, and just chill. And hopefully go to bed soon. So, thanks for watching if you did.